And good morning. I am going to just come on and try this new game. I've been desperate for a racing game. Well, there's finally one. Let me mute that. Bring this down. And then I got things to do. I haven't been streaming much because I'm focused on me, work, and me. And that will continue. I'm gonna be streaming seldomly now. I'm focused on my health, losing this weight, exercising, dieting, work, and resting. For once. And doing a lot more with my time than sitting here. What's going on? Really, Rumble? I'm not even gonna bother. Okay, why is Rumble not working? It says it's live. First of all, let me end this one. And there it is. That was bizarre. I launched 2 of them. Alright, let's get right. It installed, it moved, good. Let's see what this is about. It's loading. This looks like one of those. I hope it's worth it. I won't skip. I want to see.
Hey bro, it's Jimmy. Couldn't reach you, so I'm leaving you a voicemail. Listen up, you won't believe this. I'm in Sunset City right now, and it's absolutely insane, bro. This city is a real paradise for street races. It's got everything. Wild races, crazy drifts, massive cash prizes, awesome cars, and tons of tuning. Even the local cops are cool with us as long as we don't push our luck. And it's all thanks to StreetNet. This new app for races is a total game changer. You can earn a ton of money just by winning races. StreetNet has turned into a full-blown network for street racers with a system of classes, rating, and rewards. No one knows who's behind it and throwing around all this big money. But the potential here is off the charts. StreetNet is flipping all the rules in this city. I've already scored a couple of sweet rides since I got access. And guess what? I'll help you get in StreetNet. I got the right connections, I'll hook you up. This is your chance to start fresh, man. Don't miss it. Hit me up when you're ready to come to the city. My friend Alice will meet you and help you get settled. Catch you later, bro.
Hey, I'm Alice, and today I'll be your tour guide. Jimmy's currently setting everything up to getting you hooked up with StreetNet. No time to chill. Get your stuff and take the wheel.
I don't like it
Welcome
already.
to Sunset City.
There we go, with some bullshit graphics. What's up, Genghis? It is hot here.
You've got some serious skills on the road.
How do I know that? I haven't even
Huge.
played.
It's easy to get lost here. I'll set a route to the port in the navigator. There's a surprise waiting for you there. Done. Let's go.
Alright, timeout. Shift up? Oh, you're kidding me. Switch view, handbrake. It's very simple. Radio menu, steering. Map, pause. Shift down? I really gotta fucking do that?
Huh. Sunset City, the true paradise for racers. Word is out. StreetNet is the reason many flock to this city. No one knows the mastermind behind it, but they pay such money for races. It's mind.
Oh, I don't like the view
Whoever
at
they are,
all.
these guys are the best. Do you want to feel the power of my car? It's equipped with nitrates. Try pushing it to the max. Oh, we're almost there. Take a right at the junction.
It's gonna be bad here today. It's gonna feel like 100, 105.
Jimmy made you a little something for coming to the city. Of course, it ain't a high-end ride, but you'll like it. We're here, finally. So, how do you like the surprise? These are all Jimmy's cars that he's had since the beginning of his career.
Oh, we gotta start with one of
Choose
those?
whichever you like best. They're all good.
Oh, really? So we start
Jimmy
from the
started
bottom.
his career.
Alright, shut up.
Jimmy started his career with this one. Fast and nimble, and the engine roars. It's good to use it for circuit. Jimmy started. Jimmy didn't use it much for racing.
7 seconds
its engine is-
acceleration, 7.8. That's the
Jimmy
only
didn't
cars.
use it much for racing.
We're gonna
The cutest car in the whole county. You can use it for circuits and drifting. It's the golden.
77.
Jimmy didn't use it much for
We're
racing.
going with this one.
But its engine is more powerful than the. Great choice.
Awesome. Now you've got something to race
This
with.
game is really
Look at the
already
house
upsetting me.
behind us? That's where you'll be living from now on. Don't worry, you won't have to pay rent. Jimmy sorted it all out. You can store all your future rides in this spot. I got a message from Jimmy, and guess what? He created a profile for you in StreetNet and arranged your first race with the Wild Juniors Club. Open your phone and share access with me. I'll get you online and fill you in on all the details. Welcome to StreetNet. Pretty cool, huh? In the app, you can see all the racing activities in the city and how much you can earn from them. Wait, you should see the race marker now. Great. The route to the race will be automatically generated. So, ready for your first race? You'll get to test your ride right away. All the action goes down on StreetNet. I'll be tuned in to see you cross that finish line on the stream. Good luck.
There's a lot of talking. So this is a fucking multiplayer game. Wow, drifting is... Woo! race. What the hell is that? Like that. Oh, we can't go in reverse. The buttons are weird.
Hey there, you in touch? What's up, man? I'm joined up to the race broadcast and we'll be following along.
Oh, I'm definitely
Guess
going to be
what?
muting
It's
this and
bet
putting
on
my
your
own
winning
music.
with the leader of
I
the
can't
Roxy
listen to
Boxing
this shit
Club.
the whole game. I'll freak
If you
out.
come win, you'll earn your membership into the club. So don't lose. Good luck.
Wow, the audio sucks.
Don't worry about it. It's you. So go for it. I believe in your victory. You're killing it out there. Stay in the lead.
It's like music from a game from 25 years ago. Wow. That's horrible. Drifting sucks.
You're halfway there. Keep pushing.
Give me a challenge.
Around the corner is the finish line.
That is the like easiest thing I ever did. That was ridiculous. Oh, it's on easy. We're gonna have to change that. We're gonna have to change difficulty.
Congrats on your win, man. Now you've earned your place in the Wild Juniors Club. As you might have noticed, StreetNet is a game changer.
Hey there, rookie. This is Roxy Foxy from the Wild Juniors Club. Jimmy was right about you. We had a little wager going and I lost, so you can enter my races now. Get out there and show us what you can do. Who knows? You might even make it into the StreetNet Elite.
At least you can fast travel. No. Where's difficulty? It can't be this easy. Those are the only settings. Ah, there we go. Alright, let's go normal, just to feel out this game first. I know one thing, the music is going bye-bye. The rest could stay on. Already. Yeah, so today it's going to be a hot one. And maybe thunderstorms later. I gotta go help the neighbor at 1. We need to get rid of this audio right now. It's driving me crazy. Come on, open. This is the problem. I'm on the tube and the Facebook. Not good.
In the midst of the morning dew, daylight appears within the sky. A clearing appears in a path below. A movement blurs the eye as it moves by. The power of the mind as the petals roar. Hands held tight upon the silver bar, reaching new heights as it continues to soar. Hitting all the gears, struggling through an uphill climb, pushing all limits. Will I make it this time? Reaching to the top to start the decline, cruising to the movement machine, making it mine, riding it fast. Rocking through the tracks, hitting all speeds, never looking back. Pedal to the metal, no limit in sight. Dust clouds left behind, cyclone through the
What the
night.
hell?
Roll, clouds stir,
How come it won't type it?
eagles glide above. No regrets, this is what I love. The path reveals a light. My body starts to purge. Energy ignites. Eagles glide above. No regrets. This is what I love. The path reveals a light. My body starts to purge. Energy ignites. We continue to search. Upon the clearing path, the rider nears its end. Glimmering light approaches the bend, cutting like a blade into the wind of glory. Cross the finish line in the midst of the morning dew. Daylight appears within the sky.
Must be a car.
A clearing appears in a path below. A movement blurs the eye as it moves by. The power of the right as the pedals roar. Hands held tight on the silver bar, reaching new heights as it continues to soar. Riding it fast, rocking through the tracks, hitting all speeds, never looking back. Pedal to the metal, no limit in sight. Dust clouds left behind, cyclone through the night.
It's so cheesy.
Storm clouds stir, eagles glide above.
Oh my god. No
No
freaking way.
regrets. This is what I love. The path reveals a light. My body starts to purge. Energy ignites. We continue to search. Upon the clearing path, the rider nears its
And?
end. Glimmering light approaches the bend, cutting like a blade into the wind of glory. Cross the finish line in a champion story. Riding it fast, rocking through the tracks, hitting all speeds, never looking back. Pedal
Where the
to
fuck do I gotta go?
no limit in sight. Dust clouds left behind, cyclone through the night. The ground begins to crumble, cracks and fissures to form.
Really?
Foundations attacked, is this the new norm? Panic drives those with fear, driven by those who seek power. Will we be driven to our darkest hour?
What is this?
Rumors swirl, what should we believe? Blame shifts to each other, falling on deaf ears. We build our own borders. Who will survive?
Stop.
Will it be law and order? Is it just conspiracy? Masterminds of the global new order. Standing in the fault line.
Oh, you can't cross over.
Under my feet.
This is bad.
There's a line
This
to
is
wage
terrible.
war. They will be the ones we defeat.
Terrible.
Standing in the fault line, caught in the crossfire. Anger fills the air, leads to chaos and disorder. Holding shots ignored, writing is on the wall. What will it take before we all fall? One side pits to destroy each other.
Yeah.
The cauldron of fire to be
Can't even hit a
released.
wall. This
Ashes
game
to
is
ashes,
terrible.
dust to
Terrible.
dust. Is this judgment day or the eve of the beast? What did we do when we had the chance to seek a commonality? Anger and voices heard above each other. Too late for this finality. Lines drawn in the sand, now wiped away by gale force winds. We all need to respect each other, or in the end, no one wins. Standing in the fault line, ground trembles under my feet. Forces aligned to wage war. They will be the ones we defeat. Standing in the fault line, caught in the crossfire. Anger fills the air, leads to chaos and disorder.
one.
Stone cold negativity. We masterminds of the globe and on this heart.
These are my songs because I'm on YouTube and Facebook.
Cracks and fissures to form, foundations attacked. Is this the new norm? Panic drives those with fear, driven by those who seek power. Will we be driven to our darkest hour? Rumors swirl, what should we believe? Blame shifts to each other, falling on deaf ears. We build our own borders. Who will survive? Will it be law and order? Is it just conspiracy? Masterminds of the global new order. Oh. Standing in the fault line, ground trembles under my feet. Forces line to wage war, they will be the ones we defeat. Standing in the fault line, caught in the crossfire. Anger fills the air, leads to chaos and disorder. Warning shots ignored, writing is on the wall. What will it take?
This game is
before we all
horrible.
fall? One side pits to destroy each other, the cauldron of fire to
my
be
God.
released.
Brutal.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Is this judgment day or the eve of the beast? Rivers swirl when we had the chance to seek a commonality. Anger and voices heard above each other, too late for this finality. Lines drawn in the sand, now wiped away by gale force winds. We all need to respect each other, or in the end no one wins.
Oh, fuck this.
Standing in the fault line, ground trembles under my feet. Forces line to wage war, they will be the ones we defeat. Standing in the fault line, caught in the crossfire. Anger fills the air, leads to chaos and disorder. Oh, 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 there is no hints.
Billy! I need you!
As twilight approaches with colorful hues, daydreams turn to night. Twinkling appears slowly above the hints of the heavenly light. With each passing moment, wonders are born, like years traveled, determining that date. A look through a time machine, how long before we know their fate? The wonders and dreams race against time, the brilliance of light and shooting stars. What lies above and beyond our Earth? Imagining our travels and visits to Mars. How far can we reach our outstretched hands? There is no limit, our goals set high. Watching the meteors streak above under the night-lit sky. Could there be life out there, feeding in the Goldilocks zone? What would an exoplanet be like? Is it similar to our own? Mysteries of the universe, galaxies swirl, what is that black hole? The power and beauty of our sun, northern lights are born in the northern pole. Viewing through a telescope, revealing the secrets the naked eye can't see. What is that beautiful planet? Which planet is that? What could that be? Pulling all the charts like a captain at sea, heart pounding within my chest. A a new frontier to be explored. Humanity's destiny to begin its quest. Rockets launched upward with a fiery roar. Risks and danger lie in its course, overcoming all challenges. Atmosphere pierced with all its force. Is that a SpaceX rocket or satellite? Feelings of excitement and joy, lying back and gazing at this beautiful sight.
Oh my God.
The night-lit sky for all to enjoy. Could there be life out there, feeding in the Goldilocks zone? What would an exoplanet be like? Is it similar to our own? Mysteries of the universe, galaxies swirl. What is that black hole? The power and beauty of our sun. Northern lights are born in the northern pole.
This is gonna take forever. Come on. gotta send that to myself to put that on my phone. Bye, CarX.
Wielding a mighty shield behind a great wall, countermeasures in place to prevent a downfall. Protective space around me, guarding against the enemies. Deception is the game played by frenemies, honoring feelings and energy, knowing whether to share. Trust with naivety could lead to despair. Communication breakdown, misinformation misguided, birth of unfounded truths, scale way so one-sided, crossing the imaginary line, no respect for another, stones thrown from a glass house, volleys hit to each other, judgment without consequence, are you the beholder? Negativity will not be emboldened, shielded by my armor of boundaries. Aura filled with positive energy, back turned as daggers fly, repelling the negative vibration. Misery and sadism set aside. Do they look in the mirror? Are they pleased with themselves? No empathy for those who seek hate. Empty vessel of sadistic pleasure, deep inside the anger dwells. The importance of compassion, power of love, respecting one another, taking the higher road above, confidence in oneself being, defining the rules and limits, whether or not agreeing, power of mind, body, and spirit, crossing the imaginary line, no respect for another, stones thrown from a glass house, volleys hit to each other, judgment without consequence, are you the beholder? Negativity will not be emboldened, shielded by my armor of
I actually like that version too. That's why I wrote 2 of them. Actually, I wrote 3 of them. The other one's more pop. But I'm looking for true love. I can't find true love. Where's my true love? Where the heck did true love go? Did I move it? I might have moved it. But where? Okay, true MP4. MP4. Let's see what happens. The game should be ready. Maybe. It's still going. Update. heck I put this on? Do I really need to go and download it again? I may have to. Suno. Library. Okay, which one is it? That one. That is the one. Download video. That should be instant. It's already done. That's Boundaries, the other one. Okay.
Wielding a mighty shield behind a great wall.
Now I need true love.
In place to prevent a downfall. Protect the space around me, guarding against the enemy. Deception is the game played by friends. Honoring feelings and energy, knowing whether to share. Trust when naivete could lead to despair. Communication breakdown, misinformation misguided. Birth of unfounded truths, scale way so one-sided. Crossing imaginary line, no respect for another. Stones thrown from a glass house, volleys hit to each other. Judgment without consequence, are you the beholder? Negativity will not be emboldened. Shielded by my armor of boundaries. Shielded by my armor of boundaries. Aura filled with positive energy, back turned as daggers fly, repelling the negative vibration, misery and sadism set aside. Do they look in the mirror? Are they pleased with themselves? No empathy for those who seek hate. Empty vessels, sadistic pleasure, deep inside the anger dwells. Importance of compassion, power of love, respecting one another, taking the higher road above. Confidence in oneself being, defining the rules and limits, whether or not agreed.
This is pretty deep, Genghis, if you're still there. I wrote it that way.
No respect for another. Stones thrown from a glass house, volleys hit to each other. Judgment without consequence, are you the beholder? Negativity will not be emboldened. Shielded by my armor of boundaries. Shielded by my armor.
This is a nice version.
Boundaries.
At least to me it is. What's up, Mike? I like that. Anyway, I gotta figure out True Love. Which one is it now? It's this one. I got lucky. I gotta download it. I like the one. This one I wrote a lot.
Waiting all my life for that special person. Magic fills the air now. I am certain this is the time for celebration. My dreams come true. Will you be mine? Fire ignited within the first time we met. My heart relit with love. My body began to sweat. Nerves tingle down my spine when you touch me. I hold you tightly, unchained love. You set me free. Forever together, this is our destiny. Never feels so heavenly. All my life been waiting for you, my love. Soulmates forever, you are my true love. Yeah.
Such a beautiful song I wrote.
Every day I cherish you as if my final day. Always by my side, words cannot say how much I love you. You make me smile. Once empty, now whole. Let's walk down that aisle. Pledging love forever. Promise to be faithful. You at my side, your loyalty never doubtful. Love is our force that nothing can destroy. You and I forever, our lives full of joy. Forever together, this is our destiny. Never letting go, this feels so heavenly. All my life been waiting for you, my love. Soulmates forever, you are my true love. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We might get some heavy storms later. I was gonna go to the Bear Country Trail today. I went, what was it? Tuesday. But when I went to download it, I downloaded properly and wiped everything off before I can. So now I gotta do the whole trail over again in 360. Which I don't mind, because I love that trail. But I was like, fuck, all that. Because that bear trail, it's not easy. Because it's off-road. It's not, even though it's crushed gravel, but it's got rocks and, oh my God, there's stuff that I gotta deal with that trail. But it's 30 miles, but this 30 miles is more like 40 because it's so hard on the body. It really is. A regular flat paved asphalt, nice 30 mile is easy, especially when there's not many hills and inclines. Declines always fun. But this one is tough, and it came out so freaking nice. And I had to delete it all. I was so upset. But I'm gonna do it again. Today is insane to go out there. Bike riding, this is dangerous. This heat today is dangerous. I think we're in a heat advisory right now. So this is not something you want to mess with. Especially if you're doing any kind of work outdoors, strenuous activities, exercises. Yeah, that's the trail with the caves. That would have felt good to just stop at the cave and cool down. That would have been nice, but there's a lot of bike riding before you get to that cave. But it was such a beautiful trip the other day. It was low humidity. That was Tuesday. Low humidity. It was like 80 degrees, sunny. It was just awesome. So that's why I'm not streaming hardly no more. I've decided to rest. Take time to rest. After I exercise, rest. Maybe even power nap and then work at night. So I'm trying to chill it down a little bit with the streaming. Streaming will be when I feel like streaming. Like today I just decided to because my day was shot with the weather and I got to help my neighbor at 1 o'clock. So this is just like an in-between thing. Will I be streaming later on tonight? No. I'm getting up early to go bike riding. I have lost 20 pounds in less than 2 months. It's about in 7 weeks to be exact. I've lost 20. I ain't messing around. This is it. So that's why I'm not streaming. I'm exercising. I'm concentrating on me. It feels good already because I'm down. I was 170 at the beginning of the year. But then, due to insurance and all kinds of stuff, I got lost access to the medication. I got it back 3 months later. I've been on it for 7 weeks now. That's why I know. Because I think, no, 6, yeah, 7, because I've done 6 doses, but I started my diet a week before. So it's been 7 weeks. And now I'm down to 178. I'm almost where I was at the beginning of the year. I'm 8 pounds away from my bottom weight I've been, because 170 was the bottom that I got at the beginning of the year. So I got more, about, let's just call it 10 more pounds, because the weight shifts every day depending on get rid of it. I had that 10 pounds done by mid-August. Refresh. Let me check my YouTube. Oh yeah, YouTube is acting up. Let me try the other streams. Holy shit. This could be... No. It's fine on Twitch. Fine on Twitch. It's fine on Twitch. I see the problem on YouTube. Okay, YouTube looks okay. Now, refresh. Refresh. It's working. I'm checking the other ones now. The other ones are working fine. Rumble. Rumble's fine. Everything is running fine. Might be just a... Anyway. So there is a heat advisory right now. That's why I didn't go out. Let me just move that. That game should be updated. Heat advisory. Till 8 tonight. You too, Mike. Are you under a heat advisory? You might be under a heat advisory too. It's going to feel like 100 to 105 today. That is dangerous. And then we got to worry about the storms that could be coming in through later. It looks like the worst of it's going to be to my south. Like this, well, we got to just wait and see. I don't like using this one because it doesn't really give you a good idea. And that's only an hour ahead. The Weather Channel has a better one. And keep an eye, starting mid-August, on that Atlantic and the Gulf. That's when the hurricane season starts to pick up. Just saying. Keep an eye. Mid-August on. See, this is only an hour ahead, but this, you can see the line developing. The cells. Look at this. Looks like it's going to be bad, but let me go to weather.com. It tells me, it's weird. It gives me my town, and then it goes to something else. It's weird. Because it's the big city nearby, I guess. It's not a big city, but yeah, I don't live there. Okay, let's see radar. And there they come. What time is that? 3 this afternoon. That's when the line's going to move through, it looks like. I just hope that line develops later rather than sooner. Because look how the line gets really developed after it passes around here. And that's starting to pick up, but then it really flares up. Right there. 5 o'clock, coastal Connecticut, Long Island, right there. And you can see the line. cooler. Well, I won't say cooler, that much cooler. It is cooler, less humid air behind it. So that'll be good. 3 o'clock. They'll be right about here. So from 3 on, keep an eye. You too, Mike. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. Remember, this is a projected radar. It's not set in stone. So it's pop-ups. It could hit you, it could miss you. It's that simple. I never go, I have to look like later to see what the radar looks like, because that's a future radar. Right now, there's nothing going on. This is what I watch. I just get an idea by looking at this, but we have to see how they develop here. But it's starting to come down here. You could see where it's going to develop, right in here. And then push southeast. Matter of fact, I do want to check the Atlantic, even though we're still weeks away, really. There's a high pressure. See, I don't see anything, which is good. Oh, I see a low here now. It looks like it's gonna curve. Oh shit, it's gonna curve. It's gonna actually break apart. The islands. Now it's re-emerging here. And then it gets sheared. And it's bye-bye. It's still something to watch. You never know. There's another low trying to develop down there. Too low though. So the Atlantic looks pretty quiet. Even though I want to check the American model. The American's not showing, they're showing this. That's the one I want to see. What is the American saying on it? It's also getting shredded. A little more to the south, but it's still getting shredded. What is that? Okay. So it looks pretty quiet for the next 2 weeks. This could change, but it looks pretty quiet. In the Atlantic. Oh yeah, it's way humid out there. Like I said, I was gonna go bike riding. I'm gonna go tomorrow morning, early, while it's still kind of cool. Like I'll leave at 9 a.m. and go bike riding. Today's not that day. Mo, go to work. What are you doing? Get out of here. Like you saw the heat advisories, you have it. It's too hot out there. The pool will be nice after I help my neighbor. I'm not going to go in the pool now because I got to help my neighbor at 1. Doesn't make sense. I'll wait till after. But that weather looks dicey for later. We'll see what happens. It's really humid. I have the air on. Feels great in here. It's not so nice out there. I gotta charge my rings. I know one thing, that pool is warm. That's for sure. Oh, I gotta cover the smoker before it rains. It even looks like it. It looks, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice out. It's just, there's no breeze. Look at it. It's so still. The flag is barely moving. So it's like still and hot and humid. I got the umbrella up. I got to take the umbrella down later. But yeah, it's a yucky day. It's yucky. Okay, which is the one that's having the problem? This is, no, it's the other door that's, the battery is getting low. Main door is offline. That means that this one is dead. This one is dead. I'm gonna grab these batteries. Starting to rain down here, southern Louisiana. I saw there's a low pressure by you, which is probably doing that. I can look again. Windy. Yeah, there's a low right there offshore. It's bringing in the moisture right off the Gulf, right into Louisiana. There's the low. Spinning and bringing all that moisture right in. And it's definitely cooling it down. Let's look at the radar. Yeah, a lot of the rain is offshore, but there's bands of rain coming in. Doesn't look too bad. So yeah, there's a low spinning and bringing that moisture on shore. It's rotating. And the low is moving toward the west. So it looks like southern Texas might get some moisture. Let's look at the rest of the country. This is the line for today to watch. This whole area. That's the line. This is what everybody's paying attention to up here today. How these storms develop. There's a future. So this is what Michael in chat and I are watching. The development of these storms coming our way. Into Mass, Connecticut. Maybe Rhode Island, definitely the city, Jersey. Point south. DC. Everywhere. Look at this. Look at this line. I'm actually going to check one more thing. Radar Omega. And then I'm going to get the hell off because I got to get ready. Even though I want to see what those updates for the game was. Okay, now we can see there's no major alerts. This is what you're dealing with right now. That low pressure. That's low chance of development. Here's a severe 15% risk. And this whole area here has a severe 5% risk. For us, it's to Maine. It's hard to see this outline. Cutting through Pennsylvania, Ohio, near Chicago. Then coming, wow. Then coming over here by DC, like I just said. Philly, Mass, Connecticut, New Hampshire, southern Vermont. But the more severe risk, the 15% is where I am. And where Michael is. That box. This box. 15%. So we have a chance of severe weather here. But there's a 5% chance for the rest. So we got to keep an eye on this today. I know I will. So it's that line which makes for a great possible bike ride in the morning. Lower humidity. Oh, much better. The bad thing is there's a lot more people out because it's the weekend. I don't like that. I like to go on the weekday when there's not many people out. It's just easier to ride. But I'm going to the Bear Trail. Yeah, you're in the 5%. But the Bear Trail doesn't have many people. It's too remote, so it's not gonna be too bad tomorrow. It's the traffic getting there. On a Saturday, it's not gonna be fun. But that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Then I got a shitload of work tomorrow night. Looking like a... Oh, around the cat house? They don't use those during the summer. They're in the back. I have to do a lot of weed whacking too, but not in this heat. They stay in the back in the summer. They're not stupid. I wouldn't even doubt... Let me see something. I gotta go charge these cameras. Let's see if they can hear me. They're probably back there right now. They're probably sitting on their chairs. Let's see. They need food. Did I give them food earlier? No, I didn't. I bet you as soon as I go to the door, they come for the food. Want to see? They know. Watch. They gotta be waiting. As soon as I open that door, they're gonna be waiting for food. Guaranteed. Oh. Let me get the food. What the fuck is this smoke? What is all this smoke? There's so much smoke in here. Stop. I told you. No. No, I'm not. Not at all. It is! Kiddos! Where are they? They're not under the chairs. Let's see if they come. Kiddos! I'm not going to leave my door open. doors open. Oh, I'm surprised they're not there. Both of them. I don't know where the hell they are, but they're both not there. That's rare. So that means they're somewhere else around the property, walking around. That's rare. To be honest. Oh, now what? Okay. Okay, let's see. The now what is a fucking asshole. That's what the now what is. Okay, what is this? Oh, now she sent it to me. Okay, I was wondering about that for tonight. Uh-oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's like a crazy long email. Oh my God. Hold on. What are they talking about? Whoa, 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 whoa. That makes sense. This is just crazy. Reply all. What the hell just happened on the screen? One cat is there. Oh God, I don't know how to spell his last name. I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh, there it is, right on the bottom. Good. Okay, I pray to God that I'm pretty sure I have him here. Oh my God, please tell me I have him here. Good. I'll put both. And Ruben. And Ruben. He's got 2 emails. Whew, that was a lot. I'm gonna call CJ now. It's just too much craziness going on. It's confusing. It is. It's confusing me. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm listed as BS. I was dying.
It's BS.
Listen, I just sent an email out. So what we have to do, I just put Ruben and Alex, who are the other hosts of the other MUFON show.
Great.
So now you guys can all connect and talk and exchange, because I need to figure out when they come back for their pre-records. Then I know their dates, because then it'll alternate. The following week would be you guys.
Okay. So we're waiting to hear their dates.
Right.
Because I thought it was just the opposite week of when we aired.
No, that's the point. So
okay.
They're on hiatus because one of them is moving into a new home and all that. So he wanted to take off the entire month of July, but I need to know their status. So what we're gonna do, until we hear from them, we're gonna continue to be pre-record on every Monday. Unless when we find out that they're coming back to record, then that's when things will change.
That's when it changes. Okay. Because I was just trying to figure out when things are going to air and who to book. And
Yeah, no.
I have some ideas, like I have a few holiday, like I want to get into the miracle of Fatima, and I have this Fatima expert in Portugal and this other religious expert.
I hear you. So what we got to do is, I doubt, well, we'll find out if we hear from them in the next few days. But I will say this. Next week, Preston, and then the following week, I believe, I forgot that Rich told me someone that he has in mind. So we had...
mentioned a few people. Dustin.
Yes.
You said Dustin. Yeah,
yes.
Which is fine. Those are the first 2. That's right. I forgot to write his name on the list.
Okay.
Which is fine. I don't care, because we're also just getting going. So I told Rich, and also he got a stroke. I just told him, do what you want for the first 2 weeks. We'll introduce ourselves to everyone. He knows better what he's capable of, like whatever he's comfortable with. And also he does such good work. I mean, he's going to do like PowerPoint.
I think people are going to love the first show, I'm telling you.
Well, oh, good. I hope so. And I've watched, to prep some of the shows on your network, but I couldn't find those guys. So
you got to go on KGRA YouTube, KGRA DB YouTube, and just look for the shows there. Just type in MUFON.
Okay, so how often do they go up? When do they go on YouTube after they've aired? How long?
They're immediate. They're on the air.
It's simultaneous
Yes.
on YouTube and on the radio, so people can watch it.
It's on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and X.
Why am I always having trouble finding these episodes once they air? Okay, because I'm stupid, I guess.
I mean, they haven't been live for like a few,
That's fine. Yeah,
but you'll find them. You'll find
Yeah,
them.
but I just want to see who they are and what they talk about.
You know Ruben Uriarte, though, don't you?
I think I do, but I gotta see his face. And look, I had a deposition yesterday, so I'm telling you, my brain's been in the clouds for 2 weeks. And
I hear you.
So even though Monday
All right.
Okay, so great. This is perfect information. This is what I was wondering because I'm trying to tell my husband you need to watch the kid and all that.
Yeah.
I just need to know.
All right, so Preston at noon your time Monday.
Well, yes, exactly.
And check your email, and you'll see that I put everybody connected to that one email. So I'm sure people are gonna start responding to it.
Okay, cool. And if you
I do it all the time on all the other shows too.
Good, I love it. I kind of want to interview you a little bit at one point, do a little.
Oh, I can tell you about what I experienced for sure.
Well, that's what I want to do. That's what I was thinking. Like around the holidays, maybe we'll do like a KGRA family episode. And
That'd be cool because there's quite a few. Oh yeah.
Yeah, have everyone from KGRA, all the different hosts and people that have an experience come and share.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, like a family. I'm trying to think of like a holiday idea, and I was like, that would be like a family getting together, right?
But you know what? We'll do it as a standalone, separate, not MUFON, but you can be the hosts, like a special, a KGRA Christmas special hosted by CJ Arabia and Richard Banasek, and maybe we'll throw one other person in there to give a mix.
Great. I think it would just be fun. Like people
Yes.
talk a little bit about Christmas and their families or whatever, the holidays, it could be Hanukkah.
Wait till you see. I gotta put like videos for me because I go crazy like Griswold. I do all kinds of decorations in my house every Christmas.
Oh, great. Well, that's what I want. It's like, let's get to know the hosts like a little bit on a personal level and then talk about their UFO experience.
I'll talk to them.
Everyone could pour a cocktail and we could be having a party.
I'll talk to them now that you put this idea out there. When I do the shows with them starting tonight, I will put the idea out to them and we'll figure it out.
And if you want, we could also pitch a Thanksgiving episode if we wanted of some sort of.
Definitely Halloween.
But well, yeah, that's what I was telling Richard. So for our Halloween, we can get another toy. I'm at the park. Sorry, we can march the car and grab another toy if you want some. But I just made a list of like the famous cases that happened in October too.
Okay.
I don't know what cases are the spookiest or the most Halloweeny. Maybe other people do, but Pascagoula is in October and. There's just like a handful of them that are from October. But yeah, like I'm trying to think of ways to incorporate and bring it all together. But maybe you and Richard have better ideas.
We'll get no. You're on the right track. We'll get together. We have time, but.
Yeah. And that's why I'm looking ahead because I want to look at these holidays and because you got to plan that shit now. You can't be like.
No, you're right. See, I'm like you. I like to be prepared.
Yeah.
I swear, I like to be prepared. So.
And I'm gonna talk to Richard shortly when he's done with all his morning chores. He and I are gonna have a little get together and I'll see how he feels about the schedules and all that. But and I'll update him with what you just told me that we're just gonna go every week until otherwise notified.
Yeah, like I said,
maybe he knows. Maybe he already understood it.
Check the email when you get a chance. When you get home, whatever. Okay. All right. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday.
Thank you. See you Monday. Bye.
Because it is confusing. It is confusing. So there's 2 MUFON shows with 2 sets of hosts. So I pre-record and then air them like the day before. It's Mondays. Mondays is like my only day I have a little time during the day. So I have to do pre-records on Mondays. And it's just working my schedule because I work every day. Unlike a mole thinks, I work every day, all the time. I'm doing another one right now for tonight. Annie. Which I've got to set this up right now because she's waiting for these assets. They all wait for me. It's the way it works. Nothing happens unless it goes through me first, obviously. And that's a lot. Okay, I'm in the wrong place. I need to be here. And I gotta go help my neighbor in less than an hour. Then I'm going in the pool. And then I'm gonna watch out for these storms. And then I gotta work tonight till 11. Then I'm going bike riding at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm leaving. So, see my schedule? That's what it's about. It's non-stop. Her show is, the second one, When You're Going Through Hell, Keep Going. And I'm going to read the description once I put it where it needs to go. Though the famous phrase is widely attributed to Winston Churchill, tonight we will put it to good use for our own purposes. Reason enough to explore the concept of trials and tribulations, all the obstacles we each face on a daily basis. It's just our consistently chaotic reality, a fact of life. It's just, I just read that because I have it highlighted in blue. Confronting the demons that routinely rear their ugly heads. Whether it's a natural disaster, a sudden illness or loss, a car wreck, a fall, a disaster in one form or another tends to befall us all too frequently. Mylini and Jeff Bowling will join me for a relevant, uplifting message for all those who feel like they are going through hell alone. And that's true. There are a lot of people out there that deal with shit. They don't have nobody. They don't have no one to speak to or family. You know, that's horrible. So that's actually going to be a pretty good uplifting show. And there also are a lot of people that are alone and miserable. And they like to make other people's lives miserable as much as theirs are. I call that the sadistic bunch. It's just fact. And what do you feel for people like that? Do you feel empathy, sympathy, pity? Like, what do you actually feel for people that are like that? Hate? The only thing I could say is, may God look over them and bless them because they have issues and they need prayer. That's what I would say. They need help. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Who knows if they're going through physical stuff, but they're going through stuff. When people are like that, they have issues. You don't act that way unless you have issues. You have some kind of a vengeful, angry spirit. It's like hate. It's negative. And the only reason people do that is they want to see other people miserable because they don't want to see them happy or successful. So you know obviously why they do it. But how do you feel about them when they do it to you? That's the thing. How do you take the high road and you pray for them? Or do you take the low road and just hate them back and feed into that negative energy? That's what they want. It's exactly what they want. So it's one of those things. And then you can see if it really gets to a point where it's an obsession when they continue to do it. It's like stalking. Then you can see there's a serious, now this is like a serious issue. Do the police need to be involved? And believe me, I've got a lot of police friends. Current and retired. So I have no problem if I have to reach out. I try not to do that because it's going to turn their lives upside down. And you have to wait until they do something threatening. Like, you have to wait for them to slip. And once they do it, because they're already on the radar, you know, once they do something like that, then once you have that snapshot or recording, something like that, but they're not stupid either. But that's all it takes is that one time. And they, you know, some people think they can use VPNs to disguise their IPs or even their phone numbers. The police have a way to get through that, obviously. So, you know, it happened to me a few years ago. And I had to get the police here, contact the police in Tampa Bay, Florida, and take care of a situation. That's a true story. What the hell? Oh, I gotta go back to here. But it wasn't because she was stalking me. It was a she. And then she mentioned about, because I think she had like a mad crush on me. It was like, and then she threatened to take her life, and I didn't sit on that. I did not sit on that. And I showed the police the evidence, and they said, she sent me a thing, and I had to bring it to the police department right away, and they did go to her house. What do they call those checks when they go to somebody's house to check them to make sure they're okay? I can't remember what they call them, but it was that. I was like, and that stopped everything cold. And it's just sad. But better to act on some threat, a personal threat to themselves, than not to, and find out something did happen. That's the way I look at it. So I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for them to save their own life. Okay, that's done. Now I gotta save this. Amol might have been here when that was going on. The stalker. A wellness check, that's it. She sent me a video. Oh no, she put something on YouTube video. On her channel. At the time. This is like 6 years ago. And I downloaded it. And I brought it to the police. And I showed them. And there was text at the time too. And I, you know, screenshotted all the texts. Because even on the phone, you can get a software that screenshots your texts. Quick, I have a couple of them. And it'll take the message. Scary. You remember that, Mike? You were here when all that happened? It was crazy. Alright, this is set for tonight. I gotta go help my neighbor in less than an hour now. Yes, it's a wellness check. That's right. Wellness check. And I'm not going to put his number on the screen, but I have. He's currently second in command of the police here in the town. And I don't want to show his number. And I'm not going to show his name. But the lieutenant is on speed dial on my phone if I need him. Second in command. Good to have that. Plus, there is a host actually on this network that is still active police. And there's a bunch of retired police. NCIS. Alphabet agency people. Listen, I don't know if you can, but I need a favor. This is what's happening. But I go to the police first, obviously, here. If this were to happen again, you know, I have many options. But it's about one's safety. You can never, you know what I mean? You have to be safe. Because there are crazy people. out there. Unstable. Truly. Oh shit. Okay. I'm going to delete that stream. Because that's on the schedule. Let me do that now. One of the shows that was scheduled for next week, their guest can't do it, so they're gonna get somebody else. I have to get rid of this one. See, it's nonstop. This one. Delete broadcast. Imagine if I'm not on top of that phone or emails or texts, everything. I'll be in trouble. It's gone. Okay. Ugh. I saved the info. Stream deleted. Too late. I'm just going through my messages now. There's a lot of them. Clear. Anyway. Exactly. Exactly, Grandizer. Yes. They have... Okay, for civilians have this illusion that VPN and other what they think is untraceable locations and information is not accessible. But that might be for a lot of civilians. But for the police and law enforcement, they'll find you. And yes, so Grandizer says he had hooked up with an ex-army buddy of his who lived in Texas, and he had an ex here in my state got jealous and was able to harass her and me via texting ourselves. My ex-army buddy had dated a guy who was a cop for the Houston Police Department. He was able to take those texts to the department to trace them where they were coming from. He never knew where the texts were coming from. So they have the ability. There's no doubt about it. They have the ability to figure it out. Remember, if it's a crime, it's a crime. Now, a misdemeanor, do you think they'll go too far for a misdemeanor? But for if it's a felony, they're going for it. It depends on the scale of the threat. But see, it was like the tech that the FBI had in some police units in some cities. I think the cop, that's why I had to take them somewhere in his apartment to get traced. Yeah, dude, they have the assets. They have the connections to, if they want to pursue something. Remember, a lot of the law enforcement work interagency. They work together. Depending, like I said, on the source of the threat. If we're talking about the potential, and I don't like to talk like this when I'm streaming, that it could be a threat to our national security or our communities. I'm trying to be careful how I say this because you say certain words. They're going to look into it. They'll contact the federal level and they'll get assistance. And yes, they do work together. You know what I mean? I got some text, but it was worse for my ex-army buddy. She got the non-stop. It was crazy until her cop ex got involved. Then they stopped. Yeah. Because a warning might have been told to the person. Stop harassing this person. That's basically, and I screenshot everything because sometimes somebody might put something in a chat and then they find other ways to communicate with you, and you build that case with all these little things they do. Look at the pattern, because that's what you got to do, establish a pattern. That's important. It can't just be like a one-off. Or, you know, you have to, it's good to show, like you said, constant texts. That's a pattern of behavior. Especially if it's threatening. Because you don't know if a person is credible or not, but you have to take the threat seriously, as if they mean what they say. See, that's when people make the mistake. They make threats. They don't realize that threat is a threat. Whether you decide to actually do what you say and carry out that threat or not, it's still a threat. You know what I mean? Yeah, they can, even with the VPNs, they can, this is, if it's a criminal case, they'll get in contact with that VPN provider like they would with your phone provider or your internet provider. They have the means to get to you if they want to. That's what I said. People have this false sense of security when they use these things because they think they can't be found or sourced when they can. When you're dealing with law enforcement, that's a whole other level. And I think a lot of people make a lot of mistakes when it comes to that. Oh yeah, that's it. I'm not going to repeat what you wrote, but a threat to life like that, what you just wrote in that chat, definitely on the radar. That's a threat. That's a threat. That would definitely. That's a threat. That's serious. Because again, you don't know if that person would actually carry out doing something that and carrying out on that threat. And it can be intimidational indirects that they think they can get away with too, like, I know where you live. That's insinuating a threat. People don't realize. I honestly think that people are just so stupid that they don't really think about things like that when they do things like that. But again, it's about pattern. It's a one-off. Like, say, Grandizer, say you and I had an argument. Right? And we got like really loud at each other, and I threatened you in some way, or you threatened me in some way. That's a one-off. It was in anger. It was at the moment. It was during the heat of an argument. Nothing happened. But if the threats continue and a pattern is established, and God forbid something happens, who is the number one suspect? They know where to go. That's why, that's why it's crazy. Like, even with like domestic violence cases, a lot of the time the person will say, oh, nothing happened. after the cops arrive, but the police can observe and make a determination on their own if something did happen, but the person is trying to protect that person and take them in and have that person go to the hospital, determine what those wounds or on the body, how they occurred. And they can create a case despite the witness or the victim. They can do that. If they have reasonable cause that something occurred, you're in. People, I don't know if people realize, to the extent. Exactly. It's one thing to busting someone's chops until it becomes a pattern, a consistent pattern over weeks, months. Okay, now this is not just an ordinary situation here. This is going more to the extreme side. This needs to be looked at. And they may even look to see if this person has a history of doing this with others. A pattern of behavior. They could look into it and see, who is this person? What is their motive? Why are they doing this? Do they have a history? Do they have a criminal history? And if so, does this connect to the behavior that they are showing by doing what they do? So they put all those pieces together. A lot of this I hear from all the police shows that I do and law enforcement and all the other stuff, hearing them talk about stuff. Like, I can get Chris right on now on the phone, a detective for decades. I can get Jason White, who's still a current homicide detective, and ask him directly. See the questions we're bringing up? I can ask him directly. In a criminal case or in even a civil case, where you sue the person for money, for harassment or defamation or whatever it is, they would know. And there's also lawyers that come on these shows that you become acquainted with. Yeah, I have a legal question. I just want to ask you, is this something? See what I'm saying? So it's good to know people. See though, okay, Mike, you can't allow, I always say this for myself because I have very thick skin. I had to. I just had to. I'm from New York City too, so thick skin is part of it. But when people do things negatively toward you, first you have to consider the source of the person. Do you know them? Who are they? Should you give a fuck who they are? You know what I mean? They're not worth your time. And they're definitely not worth trying to get into your head. You can't allow people to push your buttons. You just can't. That's why I started this whole conversation by, do you feel sorry for people like this? Do you have empathy? Pity? Sympathy? Hate? Anger toward them? If you go to the negative side, you are lowering yourself to them. You have lost. Because now you have bought into that shit. They got you. That's exactly what they want. To get inside here. You can't allow that. So when you say you suffer from emotional, mental, you can't allow that. They mean nothing. The only way they become something is if they threaten you. That's a game changer. That's when you go to the police. That's what they're there for. No one should hesitate to go to the police for anything if it's something serious. Seriously. It's not like you're being a rat. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting yourself and the people you love. And you care for. Because now this has gone over the edge. But to let them get inside your head. Now, if I have an argument with a close friend that I know, that's an issue. Because now I need to resolve this. that means a lot more if it's on a personal level. Like the other day, I snapped at Mark D'Antonio. I know Mark for fucking years. I snapped at him. And then he put in his show description, and maybe we'll be joined by Mr. whatever, Mr. Snappy. I started joking with him on it. That's my new nickname, Snappy. So, even things like that. Now that means more. Do you know what I mean? Or like my neighbors or friends. I have so many friends. I mean, like if I met you, Mike, in person, like in the UFO Monument Park, and we had an argument, do you think I'm going to just let that go? I'm going to try to resolve it. Some people you can't. But I'm going to do my best to repair what probably I lost my cool, because that usually would be the reason. Because usually I don't lose my cool. I always stay contained and not allow the situation to get crazy. Bring it down. Talk normal. Don't get loud. You know, you have to know the tact, how to control a situation. Let's not, if I start yelling, that person's going to start yelling. You have to know how to deal with a crisis situation as you could see it developing. I taught anger management for 2 years. And all that bullshit, and I don't want to say bullshit because it's part of the course. Counting backwards, taking deep breaths, thinking of somewhere pleasant you'd rather be that you're at rather than this. What the most important thing of teaching the anger management was maladaptive and adaptive responses. If you deal with a situation in a maladaptive way, the result is going to be probably super negative. If you know how to deal with a situation and your responses to it in a controlled, positive way, you're probably going to diffuse that crisis situation without getting into that anger, crazy moment. And then there's also, and I'm just telling you like I would teach them, you have to think of all the other things, the consequences, not just for you, but for them, for the others around you, short, long term. There's so many different variables that are involved when you're dealing with a situation. The best thing to do is stay cool. Don't let them get to you. And just try to take the high road out of it. Just walk away, step away from it. Avoid it. You know what I mean? Again, you just said they threatened your family. What did I say before? Unless a threat is involved. This all started with Grandizer. That's when I said, when they cross that line, that boundary, that's when a threat is involved. That's different. Then it's instant police. Instant. And you have, before you go to the police, you have to get all, you have to have all your shit in place. Because you're not just going to go to the police and say, listen, somebody threatened me. Who is it? What did they say? Do you have proof of this? They're going to want to have something substantial to go on before they, because they're just going to say, listen, we can't do nothing for you. It's he said, she said, or he said, or whatever. We need more than that. You know what I'm saying? See? And then, okay, so they would call you, so they're still continuing the house, even though they're not around anymore. Then what happens next is you get an order of protection. That person can't come near you, whatever amount of feet they decide the order of protection is. That would be the next stage. Because the police, if you went to the police and they told these people not to stop what they were doing, they continued, the police know what's going on. So then you, right there, it's documented, you can get an order for order of protection that person can't come near you within so many feet. And if they do, they get arrested. So there are stages too. But do it the lawful way. Do it the right way. If it ever gets to that point. That's what I'm trying to say. The only time I ever had to do that was once. And you were here for that. With that woman from Tampa Bay, Florida. And my police got involved. Immediately. Because I had the evidence. Immediately. Like, okay, we're contacting... You, what's her username? Do you have a phone number? And people like us, this whole conversation said they think they can protect themselves with a VPN or masking their phones. All they have to do is call the provider, contact the provider, get the records from any source, whether it's your internet company, phone company, whatever company, they can get that information. We have a case here we're working on. We need this person's records. Because in that, they have the texts, they have the emails, they have everything in there. It's on the fucking record. People don't realize how much they themselves when they do that. You're done. I know you're not saying this. The outlier here was that my ex-army buddy used to date her cop friend, and she still had his feelings. So yeah, he'd go, of course. Look, just because you break up with someone and you can't live together or be together does not mean you cannot be friends. It just didn't work out. Just that, what? You're supposed to hate each other forever now because it didn't work out? No. When my mother divorced my father, they still stayed as friends, even though, there was some shit that went on with that alone. How he cheated on my mother, and my mother said, my mother didn't even give him a chance. She said, I want a divorce. He didn't want to. My father didn't want to. And then he got married again and had other kids. But before that all happened, my mother said, no, I want the divorce. My mother couldn't accept him cheating at all. And that gave him the free pass to then go on and marry someone else. But it was my mother's decision. She was the one that pushed the divorce. Oh, they came after. Oh, shit. So it was after she told her police friend. So I would like to know what happened after that. Because they got to her, or they got to whoever that person was, and then the person really went nuts, targeting that person with texts. Which they should have been on that shit too. They probably were like, why did you contact the police? That's probably what that came from. Like, you had to go to the police, you had to go to your police friend and have them. Holy shit, that's crazy. That's a crazy story in itself, Grandizer. That's crazy. See, that's like a thing that you would see on LMN, the women's channel, or whatever those programs are, those movies that they have. With all this soap opera shit going on. That's like for a movie. A TV movie thing that you're talking about right now. That's the kind of stuff you'd see on a... Oh my God, I gotta go to my neighbor's house in 15 minutes. That's crazy. I can't repeat it because I don't want to repeat what you're saying. Because we're on other streams too. But that's wild, dude. That's pretty wild. Anyway. After months of having issues with my TV, not the internet, TV. Looks like it's still moving fluidly. After dealing with Verizon, They would redo the box from from their side. I would unplug it here, fucking change splitters and cables, coaxials, and the problem just kept going. So finally, I said, "That's it. I can't deal with this shit." Because it would work. What the hell was that on my screen? It would work for most of the day, then it would start freezing up and locking up. How do I know? Because Mom would tell me. There's some weird shit going on my camera that I don't understand. I'm looking at it on Rumble. So they came and put a new ONT box in my garage. They put a new main set top box, because all my other boxes are wireless. There's 4 TVs in the house. They're all wireless. So there's extenders in other parts of the house for the Wi-Fi. They look like the router, but they're extenders for that Wi-Fi signal to connect to all the TVs. So I only have one connected to a coaxial. The rest are Wi-Fi. So now they're all fucking working finally. After months of craziness, finally everything is working now. Then I had a problem with the Xbox, but he must have hit a wire, my cable that powers the Xbox X. And I plugged it back in, it worked. I was like, oh, here now, what's going on? The sign of... See, that's another thing. Some people love drama. Some people love gossip. That's another part where he said, love the drama, a fan of that crap. I didn't deal with that. And then he broke up. And she said it should have been in a novella. See, exactly what I just said. That's horrible. I hear you. I hear you. I'm not going to repeat what you just wrote, but I understand. That's something that affects you on a personal level. You know what I mean? That's your life. It affected you. So I understand what you're saying. It affected you. That's your life. We all go through shit. All of us. I think most of us, at least. It's how you deal with it and how you move on from it. And that's another thing. Taking responsibility. Asking for forgiveness from God, if you are a person that has faith and believes in God, of any type of religion. And just always trying to be a better person. You don't wait to the end to become a better person. You should strive every day to be a better person. You know what I mean? There are some people out there that are so miserable that they won't even do it on their deathbed. They'll stay that miserable till they die. Then some may ask for forgiveness at the end, when they really start thinking about life and the wasted time and energy on negative, when you should have been focused on the positive of life and making every day count for something worthwhile, meaningful, not with hate or anger or vengeance or sadistic feelings, behaviors. I mean, think about that. Looking back. Don't look back. Look back from the experiences, good and bad. But this is the present. This is where you move on. You got to live life every day like it's your last, because you never know what could happen. God forbid I can go bike riding tomorrow and hit a bump and go off, and that's the end. Anything could happen. A thunderstorm could build right over me and boom. Anything could happen. So you need to live life every day to its fullest and the best that you can do, and try to be happy and be positive and be the same way around others. It's a good thing to be nice. It's a good thing to be compassionate and caring and loving and helpful. Like I'm right now, any minute going to help my neighbor in 10 minutes in 100-degree heat. But that's my neighbor, and I'm gonna do it. It's not just about being selfish and helping myself. It's about helping others. And you really feel good about doing that. I'd rather feel good about helping other people than me sitting here attacking people and smiling about it and being like, look, I'm gonna fuck with them right now. Look, I'm gonna do this. And being that kind of person. That's sad. To me, that's just sad. It's tragic. You know what I mean? And that's their life. That's the way they want to live their life, and waste it away like that. I'm glad I'm not them. You know? I like to have a smile on my face, not to be worried about stupidity. Hell no, I'm not taking my shirt off. Are you nuts? I'm going to take my shirt off after I go to my neighbor. But she knew that. But you see, she knew that. She knew that they were following her around. So this helped build her character that way. She really was full of herself. She really thought she was hot shit. And that's why she loved the drama. Because she liked to see people fight over her. That's why. I could read that like a book. Some people are really easy to read. You could tell, just by what you said, I could tell the kind of person she was. Just from that. And I'm sure she could be a bitch at times too. With her mouth. I could just see it. No, this... I gotta go. I gotta leave it like in 10 minutes. But, yeah, just like I said, always try to take the high road. And if you see something is gonna spin out of control, if you're not a naive, foolish person, you could tell when things are starting to get out of control. You know you need to do something to defuse it right here and now. Even if it means hitting your phone, turning it on. Oh shit, I got a call. Hold on. All right, listen. I got to take this call. Whatever it takes to get out of the situation, get out of it. If it's like in your face kind of conversation. Oh shit, I got to do this. I forgot. I don't mean to be rude, but I got to split right now. I'm getting an emergency call. Just try to diffuse. And if somebody's going after you, just pay them no mind. And like I said, if it's through a text, an email, let them keep sending it. Don't respond. Because the same way, you can use their emails, they can use your emails against you. I would get a record of everything they text you, email you, leave messages on your phone. Everything, you save them, of course. Phone number save, email save, because these people have a phony reality in their heads that their VPNs cannot be discovered through law enforcement, or their phones, if they're calling you from like one of those telemarketing places, they have that thing where they could use different numbers to call. They can figure that out. They think they can't, but they can. The police the law enforcement have a way, because remember, for everything there's a provider. There's a provider. And it's just about them getting the records. And then digging to find out who is the person that's part of this. What's their name? Where do they live? We may have to pay them a visit now. See what I'm saying? Yeah, she wanted it. She loved it. That's what fed her ego. She knew she looked good. So it fed her. It fed her ego. And, you know, some people need that. That gives them a self of confidence. But see, if you have self-confidence and self-esteem and you feel good about yourself, all that shit is irrelevant because people will like you for who you are. And also how you look, but they also want to know what kind of person you are. Are you a cool, friendly, chill person I want to hang out with, or are you an asshole? You might look fucking top 10, but if you're an asshole, I'm not going to put myself to being with somebody because they look like such and such and they look amazing, but they have the, you know, they have the character of horseshit. Oh yeah, I know that actress, and she is. I get it. I get it. They all wanted to get in on it. Of course. But it's also a trust factor. What is the likelihood of this person, say she looks like Jessica Biel or whoever woman or man that you look at as a person that is where you would consider a 10? You know that they appear this way. It's their ego. Before they say, okay, I'll be with you, and then you're no longer satisfying, and they know what they look like. They can get anybody, and I'm going to dump his ass, and I'm going to go with somebody else. You see that happen all the time. You know what I mean? They get tired of you. Bye-bye. I'm off to the next stud or beauty. And your history. But what does that tell you as a matter of trust? How do you trust someone like that if you know already here that there's a highly likelihood that this person's either going to cheat on me or they're going to leave me in the long term? Is this something that I could see lasting forever, being this with this hot, beautiful woman for the rest of my life? Or because I know her and I know her the way she is, should I even get involved with this knowing that it's probably not going to last? See what I'm saying? So you got to have all these things going through your head ahead of time. That's like if you go to a meeting. Are you going to go into a meeting unprepared or prepared to know who the people in that meeting are going to be? What is their body language when you could tell lying? Or you would do all that research so that you go in there pretty prepared. Now, you're not going to be so much prepared of what's going to come out of their mouths because you don't know what's going to happen. But at least you're prepared as much as you possibly be. I always say this, be objective. Think of all the things, not just the one. Because if you think of the narrow thing and you're going to not see peripherally and notice the other things that are going on that you should. Is it possible to install CarX? I'm going to tell you. Fix a trash. I mean, don't do it. Don't do it. Look at this. I can't even reverse. Look at this. Oh, now the reverse. The drifting sucks. It's like horrible. Horrible. It's because I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Look at the graphics. This isn't worth the money. It is not worth the money. Not to me, as a person who loves racing games. It is trash. I was desperate because I love racing games and I haven't seen one come out. This is better. I don't know if I'm gonna. I was playing the game earlier. I got to get off now. I've been on for a while, actually. You guys are just coming on now. I got to get off in 2 minutes. But this is a better game. This one is better. So yes, I was playing it earlier, and I thought it sucked. But I'm going to give it a little bit more of a shot. Wow, this one's taking forever to load. But I got to get off. I got to go. I definitely got to get off. I can't be messing around. I got to go right away. But I would suggest to people, if you're looking at that game, don't buy it. Don't waste the money. I'm telling you that right now. Don't. It's not worth it. I stopped playing it after like 10 minutes. It was trash. To me. Anyway, Grandizer. That's even worse. That's even worse that she didn't even tell you. See, that's what I mean. That's crazy. That's why you got to be careful. Anyway, Grandizer, SLP, Bobby, anybody who's watching on the other platforms, have a great one. I might be back tomorrow night with John Burroughs of Rendlesham Incident. He and I are going to come on because he and I are going to be starting a show soon together. It's limited, 22 weeks, animated. It's called The Green Veil. It's going to start next Thursday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Eastern on KGRA. And I'm going to have him on with me tomorrow night from anywhere from 8 to 9. And we're going to discuss it. You could, if anyone has a question for John Burroughs, just look him up. John F. Burroughs, Rendlesham. You'll see who he is. He's actually a very significant person in ufology. And I don't think he would like me calling it ufology because that's not necessarily what he thinks happened there. It had nothing to do with extraterrestrials. It had to do with something else. But I'm not going to speak for John Burroughs, so I'll leave it at that. Anyway, all of you have a great